Within the township spread now, so many buildings have popped up. Several open fields have gone. Houses now rural scenes interrupt. History clear in remembrance of the Wesleys and Methodism. Samuel's grave, the old rectory, John too, a splendid statue of him. Echoes of past shown in street names, people and events immortalized, some hidden treasures and gems, fragments of war hidden from eyes. Music and creativity central in a community of farming and more. Festivals of ploughing and harvest, young and not so young are called. Tourists visit in appreciation of all that has been and carries on. This the place of my birth, where the people are my home. A path leading upward ahead I see. I, a pilgrim of faith, hereby walk on, towards the place of gathering folk, a community who rest and belong. The path that once was trod by a man, whose legacy has changed the world. I wonder what lies ahead of me now, what of my purposes will be unfurled. I ask a question of the tree canopy, which gives way to meridian sky blue. What scenes have you observed? What memories of here have you? I wonder if you have witnessed joy, of couples joining in union and love. I wonder if also great sadness, with some departing in depth of some. To preach from pulpit or pavement, to announce the glory of the Lord, forgiveness and redemption of people, proclaiming the truth of God's word, not thwarted by those who argued, holding faithfully to his divine call. John Wesley remained faithful here and elsewhere, speaking to all. Upon the cross now weathered, above the grave of ones gone, the line of Psalm 37, written here in music and song. Reminder of God's ever-presence in life as in each of our deaths, within our sleep and waking, even in final taken breath. A former place of worship, several within this township, given over to numerous activities and space to be still and sit. Community continues strengthened by the commitment of decades, adults impassioned over time to support and to grant aid. Children brought up honouring loyalty and a need to belong, a stepping stone of developing belief in something that's strong. Preach to the world was his calling, upon the globe standing tall, yet in truth not high in stature. In fact, he was frankly small. What he lacked in height evident, speaking as he did God's truth. To crowds of many hundreds, his voice literally raised roofs. His message was one of salvation, open to and waiting for all. Grace and love, God's gift. Come, receive, be adored. Memorial throughout the centuries. Here all welcome to gather in praise. Embodiment of Methodist tradition. God is with us all now and always. None is turned away, not anyone. A welcome awaits a true family. Faith, hope and love's central focus, as preached by founder John Wesley. Upon the steps in Marketplace, John Wesley took his stand, preaching with conviction, holding aloft Bible in hand. None could silence him speaking, nor thwart his passionate fight, an advocate of Christ himself, social justice his primary fight. Memories of wisdom spoken echo around the streets here, leaving a legacy that lives on in days, weeks, months, and years. A statue in memoriam of preacher, erected west of his home he stands, pointing towards the old rectory, Bible held close in left hand. Stature here implied as taller than in truth he was in his life, yet his personality indeed great, casting on God's word insight. The impact of his acclamations have drawn many to then pray, and within the pages of books to gladly indwell and there stay. The windows that once looked upon the grass green and lush below, once gave sight of fire flames and smoke of grey bellow. John had to jump to his safety, but caught he was not harmed. Aged just 6, saved and secure, as onlookers watched alarmed. Later too, he survived the mobs who attempted to him distract. When faced with challenge, he was provided with all that he lacked. Upon the waves with sickness, even then a stillness came within. Inwardly empowered by his Lord, surety and resolve unfaltering. His example is of watchfulness, seeing God at work each day, graciously providing and serving, one's own faith not swayed. John Wesley, of academic distinction, studied all his crafts thoroughly, providing food for the soul in speaking, food for the body given generously. Keen to commune with his creator, endorsing natural and herbal cures, he looked to the soil of his garden. God's creation enough, nothing more. With his mind and body and spirit, he knew everything pointed to one, the author and protector of life, in whom all is truth and begun. A 140 years since building placed upon the ground then set apart, where many met to worship God, is now a modern mini-mart. Amongst the buildings, a chapel on the corner of a street so named, marking a place of worship where many a townsfolk came. Changed now in function it is, a salon of beauty and grace, echoing the message of silence in a communal meeting place. Home of the Wesleys, of poets and poetry too, a place to rediscover, bids a welcome to you. Walk the path of John, see the places of rhymes, experience the heritage of faith sustained in time.